Hello there my loyal viewers. I know that it has been a long time since I have posted a new part of blockland's history, but I am glad to announce the next part of the shockign true history of blockland, the shockign true history of blockland part 7. 4x browsing tethruth I was banned from Baspet's Fagrity forums, and so I will greatly appreciate if one of my loyal followers could make a new topic about the obvious shady story of Eric Hartman and link to my videos, please. Thanks you lots. So 7 months after defeating the Lego Sodders and the Lego Sea, Badspet was still a wreck and cried every day and was in fetal position 24/7 because Leogunavries put blocking Elms out of business from how good it was compared to Blockland. Even though it was not very good, Lego was a big company with a lot of monies, so they adversated it really lots and it got lots of players. Meanwhile Badspet had no eye, so he counted vs rest of his blockland, and so he got even less money because he had no new players because he couldn't invest in his game. The only solution, Badspet thought, is to make blockland a better game. So for 5 days he was thinking about how to make blockland better. He had no ideas though, so he finally asked his BDSM rape slave Skyfrost what to do. "You brought failed it's back from dead as if ladies too," said Scarforced. "So why don't you bring back some of your old selves who were good at coding?" "Wow," said Baspet, "you really have sucky ideas, you faggot self." And then he tied Skyfrost to bed and humped his face for 12 hours before Baspet came up with another idea. By this time Skyforced had died from smell of Baspet's unwashed genitals. Baspet went to the grave where he has buried Kompresser, one of his favorite selves, and then he dug up body and chopped off Kompresser's testicles and ground them up into a liquid in his blender. The liquid has all Kompresser's DNA insides. It's so he takes the DNA juice and injects it into the dead Skyfrost's brain, and then took a defibrillator and electrocuted the body until right before his eyes the body tuned into a clone of the original Kompressers. Badspet named the new kompresser 2 and asked Kompress 2 what to do about blockland to increase sales of the game, and Kompresser 2 said you should add some good lighting and stuff so that the game looks better. The only thing that gamers give two fucking shits about anymore is fucking good looking graphics, rather than a coherent storyline or an actual plot, or characters that make sense and are fleshed out. As long as you have halfway good graphics you can ship trillions of units without even attempting to tell a good story. Also, you should make it so that all our players who use Apple computers can't see 10 new graphics because they are obviously faggots who don't know how to use tensionology. "Wow," said Badspet, "wouldn't that be destroying the entire game and betraying my entire user base just to pander to a new gaming market to increase my own sales?" "Yeah," said Kompresser 2, "but who cares as long as you get our money." That's right," said Badspet. "Alright slave, get Krakens on blockland v21. Muahaha masters, I will serve you well," whispered Kompresser 2 as he sped off to his competitor to code the new blockland v21. 181 days later, it was early August 2012 when Kompresser 2 had finally finished blockland v21. He had released some screenshots on the blockland forums so that the players could see his new improvements to the game and the shadows and stuff he added immediately. Afterwards every single player saw these screenshots and had immediate huge orgasms, and their covered the entire United States, and it was known as the Great Flood of 2012. To this day only Kompresser 2 knows its cause. One day later or so, Kompresser 2 decided to release the new game. As it turned out, Kompresser decided to destroy all of the creativity of the blockland map-making community by destroying terrain and replacing all the maps with slate, because once again, he knew that the community would only care about superior graphics rather than fun and enthralling gameplay. Immediately afterwards, sales of the game showed up 237,983,546,945,736%. "I killed 10 bedrooms," said Kompresser 2 in a press release to the gaming world. "I hope you like slate." Badspet was sitting in tech crowd at the press release but suddenly noticed something odd on Kompresser 2's hand. On his palm, Kompresser 2 he added a tattoo of a Lego company logo. Badspet knew this was bad news. He remembered when he had that tat. That meant Kompresser 2 was a secret Lego spy in his past life! 111,111. "Oh Lottie," shouted Badspet, and suddenly Kompresser 2 raised his hands and shouted "Legla Akbar," and all of the blockland players everywhere on Earth stood up. As it turned out, he encoded a new high-frequency sound inside v21 that was too high. to be heard by human ears but still affected the brain and made them into zombie selves when they heard a certain phrase. Attack Lego enemy number 1. Babsett shouted Kompresser 2. Baspet was trapped, with nowhere to hide. Will our hero survive? $1 1 exclamation point 1 question mark 1 question mark. Well, faggots, tune into 10x episode to find out.